What's up today, guys? So we're gonna go over my phone setup a little bit. It is not completely done. So here we go, guys. So this is my setup right now, an absolute shit show. So you will see that I've packed up my docking station. I've packed up one of the switch ports. I also have this Casa Smart Wi-Fi power strip. So one of the things that this is, so this was like $44. And I gotta tell you guys, like my phones are using like $1 or $2 of electric per month. So basically, if I'm gonna use this strip just to track that, I'm kind of just increasing my electricity costs and ruining my return on profit. So I decided, since I've been running this for about 3 or 4 weeks now, I know that my electricity is very close to $0, honestly. I looked at my app just a little bit ago and it was like I've used zero point 0.4 kilowatt hours. So I was like, okay, well that's nothing. So I'm gonna be returning this, and then I'm also returning this this last little dongle that I must have forgotten the other day. And then I decided I'm gonna get rid of one of the switches, and then I'm gonna keep this switch, but this switch I'm not gonna count this as part of my investment into this project. This switch is more just because I've been needing a Ethernet setup in the basement for a while for when I'm doing things with different computers. I've had many different ideas that it go past crypto mining, and I just do want a direct connection in the basement still. I am questioning if I should return this though, because I don't think it has VLAN. So maybe after shooting this video, I gotta rethink that a little bit. And then yeah, guys, I'm still just waiting on my new power supply. It's only, they responded to me pretty quickly. I took a few days to respond, so I kind of delayed the process. Cellhasher has been great working with me with this whole thing. So it's gonna be an absolute pain right now because you guys will see. So all of my Acurast phones, so they're all running right now. We got So yeah, they're all on Acurast, and then one of these is my manager. I believe it's I don't know. One of these is my manager. I'm not sure which one. I can't really tell the difference right now. But 7 of these are on Acurast Core, and then we have one of them that's not on Acurast Core. It's just running Acurast Lite. I get very close to the same compute within 5 or 10%, and then I'm also able to do other things on the phone. I am interested in figuring out more ways to passively earn on the phone, but some of the ways I've tried, like sharing bandwidth, I noticed my internet like slow down. I was having trouble loading stuff, so I deleted those apps off of the phone. I didn't want to try that, and then I tried this one that ended up just being surveys, and then it got me into these like phone games. And man, I basically like wasted 2 days of my life doing that stuff, and I like earned close to nothing. Actually, I think I earned nothing. So I decided I'm just gonna stick to the crypto mining kind of stuff. There may be a couple things, like maybe I can try sharing the bandwidth again if I get a switch that's more on VLAN instead of affecting my computer. So basically what the VLAN would do is it would allow the traffic to go straight from my switch out of the router instead of like hitting my home network and affecting my system. So I could just set it so that it could X amount of percentage or whatever could go towards that. And I still have a 500 megabyte a second connection, so that would work. So yeah, these are all on Wi-Fi, and I thought that it's kind of funny because I originally got the Ethernet cables because I thought I wouldn't get any deployments if I was basically on Wi-Fi, and it seems like every single phone has a deployment, even though we are on Wi-Fi. But it does look like this phone doesn't. So. Oh, and this one is on, so this phone's probably fine. It's probably just, maybe it finished its job just a little while ago, and then it's, on its way towards getting its next, deployment is what I would assume. You know, we still do have all the soldering set up. I don't know if you guys saw my YouTube short the other day. So I basically, let me look in here a little bit. So yeah, I did solder this this BMS cable, battery management system cable. I soldered these the positive and negative to it, so then I can plug this into the Cellhasher down here to power it, and then this plug will be for USB-C. Let's actually turn on the Cellhasher right now, guys. Show you a little bit with this. My desk is an absolute mess. I have a workbench that I'm looking into fixing that spot and maybe going over there, but I also like this desk setup. I'd almost rather just prefer to have a second desk and still keep my area. So yeah, you know, you turn that on, the fans spin. You know, this Cellhasher is definitely pretty cool. I haven't fully figured it out. The power supply came without the voltage adjuster, so that's why Cellhasher is working with me to ship out a new power supply, because I just can't use this. I can't do anything with it. It's basically just a dud. You know, and then I do have to follow the battery. So like this is like 4 point something nominal. You gotta find like the nominal voltage. So this says 3.91 volts is the nominal. Then I think you gotta add X amount of voltage to it to then set this towards it. I'm gonna look into the instructions a little bit more with that. I do need to take one of these phones offline though, because I need to just look at I need to start pulling these apart, even if they're running like this. One of my things that I'm going to do is I'm going to start one at a time, pulling them apart, getting the battery out and all that, and just make it so that when I get this power supply fixed, so I don't have all the work ahead of me, but I'm going to get the like batteries out, but I'm still going to have them functioning. So maybe I just like get the battery out, because it's they basically have the adhesive that makes it extremely hard. Like I ended up I'll take a hair dryer and I'm going to heat the back of this, and then I'm going to have to cut into the phone right here basically, and then this whole back will just peel off. Like this isn't even hard plastic, believe it or not. It's like this, like it's basically like a thick sticker. So I'm going to be able to peel this off with the adhesive. Then the battery is going to be probably like right down here. It's going to probably take up most of the phone. But then what I'm going to be able to do is, what sucks is that battery has adhesive. You cannot puncture the battery, right? So then I'm going to have to like basically just, I'm going to have to use the hair dryer, heat up the screen a shitload, so then it heats up the adhesive in the battery, and then I'm going to have to use like a metal or plastic spatula and make sure I don't freaking puncture anything and basically get that battery out. It took me like 20 minutes last time, so I'm hoping I can figure out a better method, and I am assuming that as I pull apart more and more phones, I'll get quicker and quicker. But basically, once I do have this Cellhasher like working and I got these phones working in it, I'm then going to be able to start making the moves of upgrading, like just purchasing more phones, and I'm going to do the whole method of buying them used on eBay, I'm thinking. But what I'm mainly going to be doing is the cost per compute. So let me show you guys this. So basically this has 38,876 compute. That's what they rated at. So basically this was like $130. So I'm going to be getting this level of compute for a lot cheaper than this in the future. I kind of got a little bit screwed, but I'm just going to accept it for a few of these phones. It is what it is. At least I didn't buy 20 phones then learn. So basically, this is 130 for that level of compute. This level of compute, 23,343. This was only $50. So it's like for another $50, I could have had 46,000 for $100. It would have been more than this number, and it would have been $30 cheaper. So basically, what I'm looking into is just like the lowest cost per compute, so then I can get my ROI quicker. So as you guys can see, I do have 53 ACU tokens. Last time I looked, ACU was like 10 or 11 cents. It might be down to 9 now. It might be a little bit more. So basically, that's like $5.30 to $6, something like that. So it definitely is slowly going up. You know, this multimeter has been pretty interesting to use too. So one thing I did learn is you don't want to take the red and put it up here then test anything. I luckily didn't break anything, but yeah, you don't wanna do that. So that but this thing has been pretty interesting. So I basically, you know, I have to test the wires. So I did get 5 volts on this. So I do know this is working. My solder is working completely. But the thing is that even though my solder is working, the battery management system is not going to accept 5 volts. So then I even when I plugged in this phone right here, I could not get it to power on. And even when I pulled the phone apart and everything, I had the battery like barely connected here, and it was outside of the phone. I was able to boot the phone up again. So I do know that since I took out the battery, that I didn't break anything. So I am confident with that part. And the fact is that these phones will not accept the 5 volts. Like, you have to have that voltage adjuster. You're basically not going to be able to get your phones to boot up. So, you know, guys, so basically what I'm doing today is just like with returning this stuff is I'm getting my cost down as much as possible. And, you know, I kind of wanted this to, like, this Casa switch, smart switch to basically throw in my YouTube videos and show you guys the cost of electric. But the cost of electric is so little, man, that I can honestly just do the math. And it's like I got 3 or 4 weeks of data now, and it's like these phones have literally cost me $1 or less. They've gone through basically no power, which is definitely pretty cool. So it's just like keeping this is basically doubling or tripling or even quadrupling my electric costs, technically speaking. So I may get one of these again in the future if I get into like a home Dogecoin miner. I've been looking into some of those to maybe have a cheap home Dogecoin miner to help heat the house next year. Just sell it all towards the heating bill or whatever. So if I do that next year, maybe I'll get one of these again. But for now, it's just gonna sit. It's just a waste of my money. So I'm just gonna return it. But yeah, guys, it's basically what I'm up to, and this is my last day to return this stuff, so I'm definitely going to return it. I mean, this is $42 or so after taxes. This is about $25 or $26 after taxes. This is about $47 or $48 after taxes, and this is $11. So, you know, I'm definitely getting a lot of the money back. So we got like 84, 94, 104, 108, so I'd say 110 plus 11, so about $121 is what I'm returning today. And then that's going to make it so that my total cost is just the cost of the Cellhasher. So it'll be about $235 is I think what I paid for it after taxes. And then we can divide that by 20 phones, and then we'll get the cost of like $23 per phone and hardware to do this properly. So that's actually a pretty good deal, if you ask me. Then there is a good chance that since I'm going to be taking the batteries out and all that, it might reduce the power rate by literally like a third or even half, to where all these phones will use even less power. Than when I have 20, I'll essentially be making some of the money back on this from just saving, from not having the batteries use the extra electric. That's about it for today, guys. Thanks for watching the video. I highly appreciate it. Like and subscribe to the channel. I did just purchase a little bit more terahashes on my Bitcoin miner today, so check out that YouTube short. And that is going to be basically I'm scaling this up. I'm going to be scaling my Bitcoin mining farm, and one of the things of the Bitcoin miner, like one of the things I like about this, other than this is like physical in my basement, that's my favorite part about this. But one of the main things that I like about it is like I have all these different devices. So it's like with my Bitcoin farm, I'm going to be starting to do that. Even though that's just online digital NFT, I'm going to start doing something similar where I have like a bunch of little miners, you know, doing different things. So that's definitely something that's going to make it a little bit more interesting, and I'm going to be sure to make sure that I'm still profitable and everything like that. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.